Hey, what's up guys? Killer Carl here with another video. It seems to be lately that I'm posting videos every week, every few weeks instead of every 6 months, every year, or, an extended period of time between times I post videos. But that can actually be a good thing, and especially with what's going on leading up to Survivor Series right now, there's been a lot to talk about. I just wanted to bring up a few things. First of all, I watched Raw last night. Pretty good show. There are some things that happened that I found really interesting. I won't spoil anything in case you haven't seen Raw yet. But for those of you that have seen Raw already, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. And hey, there's Big Ben. So, the way Raw ended, I was actually quite impressed with. Because you have NXT go to SmackDown and invade SmackDown and beat up everybody on SmackDown. And then NXT goes to Raw and kind of does the same thing. And then you have a little bit of things go on between, well, for the last couple weeks, Shayna Baszler is, attacking Bayley and, well, attacking Bayley for a couple weeks and then, having a conversation with Becky and then, you know, Bayley gets her revenge because she doesn't want to be the she doesn't want to be underestimated because it was like Becky and Shayna were like, "Oh, we'll keep an eye on Bayley, but we're gonna duke it out and see like who the true alpha female is, if you will." And Bayley was like, "Oh, I ain't having any of this," and ends up going to Raw and attacking Becky, and then a little bit later, hitting Shayna Baszler with the steel chair. By the way, NXT this past week was pretty damn awesome. That ladder match with Io Shirai and Mia Yim, I tells ya, if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. It's damn good. Anyways, yeah, Bayley's attacking Becky, and then Shayna kind of not be wanting to be underestimated and all this other stuff. And then you've got the end of Raw last night, and it's just an all-out war. You've got Raw involved, you've got NXT involved, you even got SmackDown involved. And it's like, see, that's how you lead into a pay-per-view. None of this bullshit from like 2 years ago where it was like, oh, have this seriously good match between Finn Balor and AJ Styles, and then start leading into Survivor Series and, SmackDown attacking Raw and just constantly attacking Raw, attacking Raw, attacking Raw. And it's like, when's Raw gonna respond? When's Raw gonna get their revenge, their redemption? And it was like the go home Raw for Survivor Series that it happened, and it's like, okay, it was good, but it's like, why the hell did it take so goddamn long? Last night was fucking awesome. That's how you fucking do it. So stop fucking around. Jesus. And it really makes you want to, one, watch Survivor Series to see how it's all going to go down. And two, it's like, oh, if this is gonna if this is what happened on Raw, can't wait to find out, what's gonna happen on NXT and what's gonna happen on SmackDown just a few days before Survivor Series and really build up that anticipation. That's how you do it. And I mean, they've done it well over the last few years, but it just seems to have been that one quality that was missing, and last night we got it. I hope something really good happens on NXT. I hope SmackDown goes really well as well. Really well as well. That's a mouthful. And yeah, damn, I'm looking forward to Survivor Series, and hell, I'm looking forward to War Games too. It should be a damn good one. Not quite sure who's going to be the last man for Tommaso Ciampa's team leading into War Games. I'm sure we'll probably find that out on Wednesday. And yeah, things are. This weekend is going to be a hot one, I can tell you that already. Also, watching SmackDown with my man Matt, checking out his channels and his channel and his videos. And if you haven't already, subscribe to him. It'll help a lot. Anyway, so there was this match with Shorty G and Ali against Bobby Roode, or Robert Roode, he's going by now, and Dolph Ziggler. And if Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode won, they would replace Shorty G and Ali on the SmackDown men's Survivor Series team. Shorty G, Ali, there's kind of a rhyme for it. Anyways, I digress. And so I'm watching it. And of course, you got Corey Graves and Michael Cole on commentary. They're a really good pairing together. And they both made a remark about Shorty G. And it's like, that's what I've said. They basically brought up what I've kind of been saying about Shorty G. Fantastic wrestler, hell of a competitor, great athlete, all this other stuff, former NXT Tag Team Champion with Jason Jordan and American Alpha, former SmackDown Tag Team Champion. After that whole shit show with Jason Jordan being Kurt Angle's illegitimate son or whatever, Jason got injured, neck injury I believe it was, and we haven't seen him wrestle for a while, and I believe he's become like a backstage producer or something, but basically the remarks made by Michael Cole and Corey Graves was, Shorty G looks like instead of belonging in a wrestling ring, he belongs in on a basketball court somewhere. And it's like, I agree. He doesn't, don't get me wrong, he's a hell of a wrestler, hell of an athlete, fantastic competitor. Not not trying to throw shade at the dude, not trying to take anything away from him. He's really good, but first off, when he was with Jason Jordan, they were American Alpha. They were both wearing singlets. Your typical traditional wrestling singlet. Nothing wrong with that at all. And then it seemed like when American Alpha split, they did they were on different brands. They were going to have Shorty, or Chad Gable, Shorty G, whatever, and wrestling trunks. I was like, okay, that's fine, cool. Transitioned away from the singlet, nothing wrong with that. And of course, he got a haircut. I was like, okay, cool, fine, whatever. And then somewhere along the line, somebody got the brilliant idea, hey, let's let's start making fun of his height, calling him short, calling him, making short jokes, all this other stuff, and let's, put him in baggy shorts, colorful wife beater, if you will, and runners, and put a big old G on the front of his chest, and, call him Shorty G, and it's like, okay, a few weeks ago on SmackDown, he had this really great motivational speech. I'm proud of who I am. I love who I am. Don't let anybody bring you down. Be proud of who you are. Love who you are. All this other stuff. It was like, that's really good. That's inspirational. And there are very few superstars that you could say are faces that kind of have that inspirational speech. But why? Whoever came up with Jason Jordan's ring gear either needs to be shot and pissed on or kicked in the ass. Because it's like, why the fuck would you put him in ring gear that makes him look like he belongs on a basketball court, for fuck's sakes? I mean, okay, you want him to be stand out and different and proud of who he is and all this other stuff, gives this fantastic motivational speech, and you fucking have him in basketball gear, basically, and it's like, Jesus Christ, I feel sorry for the son of a bitch. He's still doing good on his own, and it's just like, why would you do something so absurd? It's ridiculous. Anyways, not gonna let that bring me down, Looking forward to Survivor Series, looking forward to War Games. It's gonna be an awesome weekend, I can guarantee you that. I'm not sure if Matt and I will hang out and watch War Games and Survivor Series. Maybe, I'll go to War Games at his place, and he'll come up to my place for Survivor Series or vice versa. We'll talk about it. Anyways, just wanted to pop on here and give my thoughts on what happened last night, and, if you haven't seen Raw already, go check it out. It's actually pretty good, and especially the ending, and, really interested in what's going to happen on NXT and SmackDown this week. A little later, I'll be watching Impact, if they're not going to beat an old one or whatever. Anyways, so yeah, looking forward to Survivor Series. It should be a good weekend, and until next time, bye y'all. See ya.